And we come to you from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL as you get a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
You talking about? Let's do something else with that. That's what she said. She said, say less. Say less. 'Cause you already got.
It's a venue and a city that's seen more NFL history than just about anyone else. Welcome to Lambeau Field in the heart of Green Bay. Fairbairn ready to get this one going. And here we go from Lambeau. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Jacobs gets it to start the drive. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
Jacobs with a first and then some. Give him 32 on the play. And it'll be first down, Packers.
Those outside runs so critical for running back, quarterback, O-line to hit their targets. They got a target area to expose that defense and make the most of it, and that offense just put on display some teaching tape for it.
This finds Downs. And he nearly takes it to the red zone before going out. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
19, Tiger, 19, Tiger. No!
Now a toss. This is Jacobs. And he's out of bounds inside the red zone, just short of the 15. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Love out of the shotgun. Escapes the pocket. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
On for the field goal now. Here's Brandon McManus. It's a 34-yarder from that right hash. And the kick by Folk is good. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Returning it from the 4. Finds some space. He's past the 30. They'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Sending a receiver left. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. That holding penalty is going to make first down twice as tough. They're 20 from the marker to start things out. Running with Mixon out of the gun. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Try getting it to Nico Collins. That's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Here we go. South.
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. Officially a 55-yard launch. And the Packers will take over possession. First down throw. Here's Love. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Handoff running left. Jacobs. They get an even 10 on that play. And it'll be first down Packers.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Love from the gun. That's caught. Tucker Kraft. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs. 1st and 10. Ball set up at the 48. From the gun, it's a give to Jacobs. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
It's inside the 10. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That one goes for 25 yards. And now they have a 1st and goal. They send a man in motion. Only a solitary field goal so far as we're through 1 quarter. Just a field goal separates these two. We'll return to historic Lambeau Field after this. Ready to go with the 2nd quarter. It's the Packers with it inside the red zone.
Let's go now.
Shotgun now for Love. He's on the move. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
Jacobs can't fight past that line. They stop him at the 3.
Well, now things get a little dicey for this offense. 1 down left before a big decision to make. Do you continue to try running it against a front that stopped you, or are you now forced to put the ball in the air?
Jacobs on 3rd and goal. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Offense in the hurry up here. They'll run for it. Jacobs. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. And he will not get there. They stop him on 4th and goal. What a stand to force that turnover on downs.
Here we go.
Now an inside handoff to Brooks. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
Here we go. 11.
From the gun, Stroud. On target to his back, Joe Mixon. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. First down, ball at the 36. Out of the shotgun, a give to Mixon. And he stopped after running it up across the 45 to the 46. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
White, Tony. Look the high. Two jet.
On the ground again with Mixon. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. He gets 6 on that play. And the Texans are going to have a first down. Shotgun now for Stroud. Pass caught by Tate Dell. He's got a gain of 6 there. Edgerrin Cooper there to make the stop. That's the rookie from Texas A&M who took him down. We're to the 2-minute warning from Lambeau. And it's the Texans who have 2nd and 4. Staying between the tackles with Mixon. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Complete beyond the marker. Escapes a defender. They manage 22 on the rip and a first down.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball in your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line.
Sometimes you're looking to push the ball down the field. As I've said before, the crumbs lead to a cookie. And you never go broke taking a profit in those big tight ends.
And he will score. It's a Houston touchdown. The Texans get some late points and the lead. Here's Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Texans take a 4-point lead. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. Returns looking good so far. And he's all the way up across the 40 before heading out of bounds.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
He's going to loft one deep to the left. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback down there, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it. QB super fortunate that ball wasn't picked. And incompletion, still pretty good for the defense, too.
Oh, tried forcing it to the slant. It's intercepted. Azeez Al-Shire has it. And the Texans will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
Hey, listen, when you're throwing down the middle of the field, you have got to be crystal clear in your vision. There are so many defenders that can get into those zones, That might be a case of the QB there trying to do a little bit too much and certainly didn't see the defender who comes up with the big interception.
And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
From the 44 here on second down. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't...
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Now timeout taken by Green Bay. That's its second. The Texans set to punt. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. Oh, and it's a fake. Punter with the football. Went for it on the fake, but he couldn't connect with his man. Incomplete. And the fake punt is not going to keep things going, Brock. He winds up short. They're going to turn this football over on downs. New set of downs for him from the 46. Thrown on first down, Love. On the move, headed right. He takes it himself.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right, they win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
Second down now, 7 to go.
After 60, go.
From the 43. Gets everything he has under this throw. Big gain downfield. And this is going to be a Green Bay touchdown. The Packers take the lead just before halftime. Christian Watson with the touchdown. Extra point try is good by McManus. And the Packers push their lead to 3. On now is McManus to kick this away. Here's Tremon Smith with the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. Only 10 seconds remaining here, so first and 10 may be our last snap of the half. They're looking to throw. This is complete to Schultz.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Here we go, let's go.
Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken.
Here we go.
New set of downs for him from the 46.
Hey.
And they'll kneel this down. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. On now is McManus to kick this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. On play action, here's Stroud. Hauled in left side. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And it sets up a Houston first.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
First down, Stroud. Toward the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers get the football as he makes his third interception of this season. I don't know what to be impressed by most, Brock. How effortless he made it look to throw it that deep, or how effortless the cover man made it look to get that far down there and haul in the interception.
How about we just marvel at both of them? You call a deep pass like that again on the next play, it could go to the end zone. But this time, it is a takeaway.
Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they can't jump to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs. That last shot took him right down to the front of the red zone. Here's first down. Look, pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Another try following the sack. That's into the hands of Dobbs. And he didn't get much time to secure it as he takes a shot. Good job to even hang on through that catch there. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. Skips it short of his man. That brings up 4th down.
Can't cover it much better than that really well covered Kate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
And the kick by Folk is good. And that'll double their lead to 6.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. Second time they brought him out for a field goal, and second time he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
Here's Smith on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. 19 seconds.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Here's 2nd and 2. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. Working quickly here. So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag. One of the most common penalties in the sport. And the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. Penalty not helping their cause for this 3rd down. Here's Stroud now. Forced out to his right. To the outside, it's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Packers take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game with now 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out and throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead. Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
They've got a man in motion. Takes the handoff, now Love. Escapes out to the left. That's reeled in by Jaden Reed. And he'll take this one in for the Green Bay touchdown. The Packers pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Jaden Reed, the touchdown. Now in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this two-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
On now is McManus to kick this away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll begin with a run by Mixon. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Stroud now on 3rd. Nice work by the back here, playing safety valve complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. On the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. A give to Mixon up the middle. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. This is the end of the 3rd quarter. The Texans have it to start, coming in trailing on the scoreboard. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 46. He's got him. That's Mixon. And he's going to be across midfield, close to the 45 before going out. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. They kick the running back in motion. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Has him on the quick hitter. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. Working inside the red zone. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
2nd and 10, Stroud to throw. Escapes the pocket.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. He's got it. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
That's incomplete on 4th down, and they'll turn over possession.
I think every analytics book out there, Kate said, you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, they were hoping to get outside and meet those guys at the second level. Well, someone from the second level came to beat him on his turf. And that meeting didn't go so well.
Going run again with Jacobs. Still going past the 15. Gets up the edge to the 35. And he's all the way into enemy territory, officially at the 49. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that's good for a Green Bay first down. They go counter, it's Jacobs. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. They're set up at the 35 now. Going to the ground again on first. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from Green Bay. Packers nearing their 6th win this season. Oh, they're going to run the option to the short side. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. That's a pickup of 9. And it'll be first down, Packers. This is Jacobs running left. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Throw right side, and Dobbs has it. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11.
Yeah, you'd sure love to see a little more yardage when you get into the open field, but this offense, it will take a new set of downs with that toss run.
Running on first here with Jacobs. And it's a nice gain on the run, aided by that broken tackle. They've got to keep moving quick here. They stick with Jacobs. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Packers have likely locked up the win right there. It's a Josh Jacobs touchdown. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
So after some careful consideration, they're going to go ahead and decline the penalty. On now is McManus to kick this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. From the gun, Stroud. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. The Packers to a knee, letting the clock run out on this victory.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
So this is a Packers win. And the sting of losing such a close one the week before apparently still at the forefront of their minds. They got out there and rebounded nicely with a win this week. So for my partner Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. The Packers are your winners as we say so long from Green Bay.